FC24 has been the first year evolutions were introduced into any FIFA FC game, and in my humble opinion it is the best single addition to any Ultimate Team game ever. The best thing about it for me as a fan of a lower league team, which is Leeds United, as you can see here by the team in front of you, it enables me to just boost up my players to be actual usable players. If we look at this team in front of me, Somerville and Archie Gray are the only players in this team that would have been usable without evolutions. Everyone else would have been a silver card or a bronze card even, but instead we have the likes of a 95 rated Jaden Anthony, and he's not even fully completed yet. We've got my 90 Rutter, which is my favourite card in the game, with almost 1,500 games played. Mental. Without evolutions I would have played probably 5 games with that Rutter at the very start of the game. So let's jump into my FC25 evolution wish list. Now first off, we will actually start with something I don't want to see come back in FC25 evolutions, and that is going to be the likes of these Euro defenders, the midfielders and attackers we got as well. I don't like these ones because it forces you to use a set amount of players. In my opinion, that's not what evolutions are there for. They're there to, as I showed earlier, evolve your players that you have an attachment to in real life, players that wouldn't necessarily get good cards in the game without EA handing them to you, as they hand these versions here to you. So in my opinion, I don't want to see them come back because it takes away from good actual evolutions. Something that I do want to see more of though is the likes of these red upgrades. However, I don't want just the red upgrade. I want more cosmetic upgrades. I want an evolution that, let's say, they bring a certain cup out in friendlies that you have to get 10 wins from with that evolution card, or with a specific set amount of evolution players in your team, an evolution cup let's say, and then you get a specific evolution cosmetic item for you to use on any evolution that you used in that cup. Let's say maybe at the start of the game the evolution cup is always there, it's there from the start, that would be the dream, but at the start let's say it only requires one evolution player in your team, in your starting 11 and subs, and then as the months go on it requires more and more evolution cards in that team. Maybe by Christmas time, team of the year-ish, it might require a full team of evolution players. And that would give incentive to the likes of people that don't really care about having a full evolution team to actually get more involved with evolutions, and it gives an incentive to play with them in that cup, and especially to play them against other people's evolution teams, so you're not only playing in rivals against a full Sweatlord team, for example, with Mbappe and etc. So that's kind of a 2-in-1 there. We've got cosmetic evolutions and an evolution cup. I think an evolution cup is much more likely than the cosmetic evolutions. I think the cosmetic evolutions will probably be a bit too hard to code at this point for EA maybe. But the evolution cup, I could see that being a real thing next year. I think it could have a lot of potential, to be honest, and I, for one, would definitely enjoy that. Let me know down below if you think an evolution cup would be useful, and more importantly, would you actually play in an evolution cup? Back at my team then, to show off another evolution type that I want to come back in FC25 is going to be the single stat evolution, which is what I gave to this Rutter. As you can see, he's got 99 shooting. The rest of his stats at this point of the game in July are actually pretty low, but that 99 shooting was from a single evolution that gave 99 shooting, and it gave finesse shot plus, as you can see with his playstyle plus there. This is my favourite card in the game. That 99 shooting with the finesse shot plus makes him useful, even though his other stats are not useful. I want to see more of these kind of evos next year. In FC25, I want to see more single stat evolutions. Maybe at the start of the game, obviously, they don't want to be throwing out 99 stats here, there and everywhere. So maybe at the start of the game, let's say an 85 shooting evolution comes out, an 85 dribbling, just so you can give any card that 85 dribbling within certain set of requirements. Obviously they don't want you to start giving centre backs that have got pretty good stats all round and then just giving them 85 shooting as well. Otherwise you'd get people running around with Van Dijk at striker probably. But it would give the option to actually make a viable striker slightly better at shooting very early on, and then maybe down the line couple of months add another evolution on top of that with another 5+ shooting, and then all of a sudden your player now has 90 shooting, and it just allows you to make it a bit more unique rather than following the set guidelines of the evolutions that EA release. You can kind of customize your own player a little bit more, make them exactly how you want them. If we look here at Rutter's base card in the game, for example, this is what it would look like if we gave him that 85 shooting evolution and nothing else. It doesn't change his card that much. It just means he can probably finish in front of goal, whereas this silver card, as it stands with 71, likely would not. So it just makes them slightly more useful off the bat. It doesn't need to be the best card in the game in terms of stats. It just needs to be useful, and I'm happy as a Leeds fan using the card from my team that is competitive but not the best card in the game. I'm fine with that. Now, another slightly different evolution I'd like to come to FC25 is going to be a chemistry evolution. Obviously, we've had the likes of your radioactive chemistry players. If we go to my second evolution team, the non-Leeds Evos, you can see I've got a few here. We've got Click and Alioski, both ex-Leeds players, and if we put them in, they get full chem, I'm pretty sure, as we can see there, because of that radioactive evolution that I gave them. I want to see more of that, but not necessarily with this radioactive design, because it is not the prettiest, to say the least. It doesn't have to be a set card type for the chemistry. Just allow me to give anybody, any card, that chemistry boost. It would allow, in my opinion, for more outside leagues to be used earlier on. These radioactive ones didn't come out until, I'm not even sure, like after the new year, I think, at least. Maybe even February, March. So I want earlier on the option to be able to give a chemistry boost to one of my evolution players. And they don't even have to give chem to other people in the team. Just give them at least 2 chem by themselves, and then they just need, let's say, 1 nation link. And I think that'd be another way of incentivizing people to do the evolutions off the bat and use them in their main teams. If they could get chem and it wasn't a problem, they'd more likely do their favourite player from their favourite team to play in their main team, because they'd have chem anyway. It wouldn't be a problem. The next thing on my FC25 evolution wish list then is to be able to evolve the same player more than once. Now, as you can see here, I do currently have 2 Rutter evolutions, but that is because this card right here technically is classed as a different card to this card right here. This one was released as an 85 in the objectives way back near the start of the game at some point, and if it's a different special unique card that is released, they do allow you to do more than one evolution. So this red one here, the 90, is the evolution of this 73, however this 88 is the evolution of the 85 version, so they are technically different cards. However, I want the ability next FC25 to be able to evolve this silver card again if I want, as well as this 90 Rutter. I want to be able to try a different version of him out without having to delete or discard or put into a squad builder this 90 version. I want to be able to keep this one because it's got so many games on. It's my OG of the account. I want to be able to keep him, but maybe still try out a different version of this 73, see if I enjoy it. At the end of the day, if it's a paid evolution and we're using it on the player that we already have evolved anyway, then surely that's positive for EA. They're getting coins out of us for the same player we already have. Something that EA did for about a 2-month period during FC24 was make it so that in the player requirements, one of them said, not an in-progress card, meaning you couldn't use any evolution that wasn't fully completed. They did this to kind of combat a glitch that was happening, I think, and now they've got rid of it ever since. I am basically saying, please, 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 EA, don't bring that requirement back for the start of the next game. It's so much better being able to half complete an evolution and then put them into another one. It allows for such more uniqueness, and if you're smart with it and you're savvy with it, you can make some crazy looking cards that aren't glitches. They are just half completed evolutions into another evolution. And finally, the last evolution wishlist item is going to be one that I think we all agree on, and that is, of course, the goalkeeper evolution. If you look at my Leeds evolution team here, you can obviously see I've got Casillas in randomly. He did not play for Leeds. He's not a past and present player. The only other option is either this silver Carl Darlow or this 75 rated Elan Melier. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried using a silver goalkeeper or essentially 1+ on a silver keeper with the 75 Melier. They do not save anything. It's almost like having an outfielder in net, honestly. Especially with the kind of players that we have now with max shooting. Any good shot they take just flies in past them as if they don't exist. So next year, we absolutely need some goalkeeper evolutions just to keep them up to pace with the power curve of keepers. It doesn't even have to be mental, just give them a +5 every couple of months, let's say. So a month after the game comes out, I can get this Melier to an 80. 2 months in is an 85 rated. 3 months in, 90 rated. That is not a problem. By the time 3 months of the game cycle goes, We're into December time pretty much, and there is so many 90 rated keepers, it would not be an issue. I don't see the problem with it. I don't know why they can't do it. There must be something in the code that stops them. Hopefully for FC25 that is fixed, and hopefully a lot of the rest of the items on the wish list do come true. Let me know down below in the comments your wish list for FC25. I'm sure I've missed a lot of stuff. This is just what came to my head as I'm recording this video. Hopefully, it's another great year of evolutions. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time playing FC24 because of evolutions. And if evolutions are something you enjoy, consider coming over to the channel if you're new here, because I do run an evolution road to glory, evolution to glory if you will, with my Leeds players. If you have enjoyed today's video, please do drop that like button. It's very helpful for the channel. But for now, I will be leaving it there, so I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.